Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. It's Monday, which can only mean one thing. It is of course time for another episode of Mix Set Monday. This time we're turning our attention to the Insect Glaive and the Lance. They are two weapons we have yet to have sets for in this series. You guys have been asking for them, and we got a couple of really cool ones this week. However, before we dive in, for those of you guys that want to check out how I record my gameplay, don't forget you can also check out the link to the Elgato products in the description box down below. Elgato are a sponsor for this channel. I use pretty much all their products for everything. You guys might have even seen the video this week for the recent multi-mount that I got. But if you guys want to check it out, click the link in the description box down below and you can find out all the details for everything I use to record these videos. But if we turn our attention to the Insect Glaive set to begin with, this one comes from El Splusho, a rather awesome name. I actually put out a tweet this morning being like, hey, who's got some Insect Glaive sets? Because surprisingly, not a lot of people have been submitting them on the Discord, but this one is definitely worth checking out. It is comprised of the Zinogre Helm Alpha, which I really like because I like this helmet. It's just really cool, nice to kind of get a set that actually takes advantage of something not necessarily used at the time. It's also got the Kushala Sister Beta, which I also like because it's got a cape. And we also have the Sharish Valda Braces Beta Plus, the Zinogre Coil Beta Plus, and again, the Garuga Greaves Beta Plus. I might as well stop mentioning what the legs are, because it's basically the same every single week. Either way, they're very good legs. On top of that, you would ideally have the Handicraft Charm Level 4, and the Infinite Wisdom Sharish Valda Insect Glaive. As for the decorations, I actually, surprisingly, have every single one this week, so hooray for me. But yeah, you're going to want a few grinder jewels. There's a couple of them thrown into the mantle. It's kind of just sort of to speed up the sharpening process. You know, that's kind of more of an optional thing. A few expert jewels, sharp jewel, tenderizer jewels, the elementalist jewel, because of course you can use that because there is no element on this insect glaive, Crisis Expert Jewel, and the Mind's Eye Jewel. And altogether, this will then give you max Critical Eye level 7 for that 40% affinity. You'll have maxed out Handicraft level 5, which will of course give you the plus 50 weapon sharpness, giving you a nice chunk of purple in this Insect Glaive. You also have Critical Boost level 3 to increase the damage dealt by your critical hits. Weakness Exploit level 3 for that 30% increased affinity, additional 20% on wounded pots. You have Power Prolonger level 3, which is really nice because while the Insect Glaive, the buffs do last a decent amount of time, and of course if you then pair that with, say, some of the new mechanics in Iceborne, you can still make it last, you know, a decent length of time. So this isn't necessarily a mandatory skill, however, it is also not a bad skill to have, not by a long shot. In fact, I like having this simply because it's just even less time you have to worry about refreshing that buff. You get at the beginning, you then have a good chunk of time where you don't even need to think about stuff, you can just focus on attacking, which is of course the main thing, and just, you know, a lot of fun with Insect Glaive. So I personally really like having Power Prolonger on Insect Glaive sets. I think it's just a really nice thing, so definitely a nice addition here. You also have Resuscitate, which is of course part of that dual decoration, but still kind of handy because if you get any abnormal status effects, then you get improved evasion and a reduction to stamina depletion, which of course is quite nice for the Insect Glaive. You have 1 point in speed sharpening, 3 of course if you throw on the mantle. Again, that was just kind of a additional thing, kind of a fun thing, but still you can use it however you like. We have Mind's Eye, so of course prevents your attacks from being deflected. Your Protective Polish to maintain that sharpness for a minute after sharpening it, so you can make that purple go even further. Pretty handy. And of course non-elemental boost to raise the attack for non-elemental weapons. So altogether, that is just a nice damage focused Insect Glaive set with Power Prolonger in there, so you can keep those buffs going for longer, which means you can spend more time focusing on the attacks, more time focusing on those nice combos, and just in general, doing what you should be doing most, which is hunting the monster. Then moving on from there, we have a set from Darkith. This is a Super Recovery Lance set. I really like this one because this is basically a re-embodiment of the Vampire set, and rather fortunately, especially if you colour it black, the armour set looks really cool because it's got Rajang parts, got some of the parts from Black Veil Valhazak, and altogether it actually looks like a very cool set. I would probably just hide the leggings with some layered armour, but apart from that, very, very cool. This one is comprised of the Golden Headdress Beta Plus, the Fell Shroud Mail Beta Plus, and the Braces Beta Plus, the Golden Obi Beta Plus, and the Garuga Greaves Beta Plus. For this one, you would ideally want the maxed out Ironside Charm 5, again, I only have level 4, and ideally the upgraded version of the Zeno Lunar Lance. I actually haven't got around to kind of getting all the parts for that, but for the purposes of this video, it's still functional because of course it has all the necessary slots. But ideally, you want to upgrade this because it's the lance that Darkith has used. As for decorations, I've made a couple of changes here because Darkith actually had a couple of free slots in his original setup, and he did also mention that he wasn't sure whether recovery speed or recovery up would be better in this situation. Now it's worth noting that both of those skills are useful, but recovery up works with the Valhazak set bonus, meanwhile recovery speed only works on the recoverable health, i.e. the red one. So you can kind of use both because recovery speed gets you to the point where the Valhazak set bonus kicks in, meanwhile recovery up can benefit from that. So what I've actually done is I have swapped around and put a stronger focus on the recovery up skill and dropped recovery speed back down. And I've also thrown in the flawless jewels in space of the shield jewel, because you kind of don't need shield jewel if you're using Lance. That new move allows you to effectively get free guard up once you go into the power stance. So you can, I mean, yes, of course, shield is still quite nice, but I've actually taken it out because given that this set works around healing and the super recovery, having peak performance is actually a nice additional attack bonus. This is kind of what I've got spec'd in here. Keep in mind that would be guard 5 if I had the maxed out charm, and additionally, if I had the Guardian Expert Jewel, the second one, Critical Eye would also be maxed out as it is in Darkest set. Altogether though, this gives you the super recovery bonus. So again, as a reminder, this allows your recovery to exceed the red portion of your health. So basically what happens is once your red health has naturally healed, this kicks in and allows you to keep your health topped up. You also have Rajang's Rage, Mind's Eye Ballistic, so of course prevents your attacks from being deflected. Kind of nice, especially if you want to focus on certain points of the lance. You again would ideally have Critical Eye level 7 for the max 40% affinity, Guard level 5 to massively decrease the impact of attacks and reduce the stamina depletion. Health boost level 5, give you that plus 50 health. Recovery up, as mentioned, giving you an additional 30% recovery when restoring health, which does work in conjunction with the Valhazak set bonus. You have crit boost level 3, again. You have weakness exploit level 3, peak performance level 3, which while active will grant you an additional 20 attack, and given that you are recovering all the time, that is something you can benefit from quite a lot. Recovery speed will of course just get you to the point where Valhazak can kick in, so that just kind of speeds up the recoverable portion of your health. Offensive guard level 2 for that 10% increased attack when you perfectly time your guard. Dragon attack level 1 is kind of just a byproduct of the chest piece. Fortify level 1, you know, if you die, you're going to come back stronger. Evade window was just part of that double charm. And of course you have razor sharp / spare shot, so of course that halves the rate that you lose your sharpness. So altogether that means you can kind of maintain your sharpness for longer. So this is a nice set of skills that allows you to do some good damage, stay alive, it's got good survivability, and it also has the ability to kind of just stay there, maintain that pressure, and dish out some good damage in the process. I like this one a lot. I do love those kind of recovery sets. They are a lot of fun to mess around with. It just means you can be super aggressive and still benefit from it at the same time. Either way, that's it for the time being. Those are your sets this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those. As always, if you do want to submit your own set, be sure to go over to the Arekkz Gaming Discord. The link's in the description box down below. There are tons of channels there for you guys to get involved in, but if you want to submit yours, you go over to the mix set submission thread, post a screenshot of the decoration page showing your skills. Please, reminder again, make sure you show the skills. There are still people submitting them and they do not show the skills. I can't make your set. I'm not going to bother making your set if I don't know what it contains, because that's of course going to be a waste of both our time. So please just make sure you show decorations, the armor pieces, the skills, and it makes everybody's life easier. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Take it easy. Catch you in the next one. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.